Okay, so once again, good evening everyone. Okay, so again, the more people start using the internet, the more digital entrepreneurship grows, no? The idea of working from anywhere in the world and making extra income while you sleep is always very enticing, isn't it? And it always comes up with we talk about digital entrepreneurship or going online. After all, in the internet world, no, you don't have to be physically present when a sale is made. And we have several examples in the market of people who have managed to turn this wish into reality. However, before reaching a profitable scenario, you need to spend a lot of time studying the possibilities, analyzing your digital entrepreneurship profile, and creating a good plan. And of course, we need to consider the reason to become a digital entrepreneur. Why do you need to become a digital entrepreneur? What are the pros and cons? You need to consider how to choose the best niche, no, in the digital market. The monetization, of course, is also another thing that we need to consider. The entrepreneurship and innovation ideas, moving into action, inspiring stories, tips on how to succeed in digital entrepreneurship, and an alternative to generate income. So to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter.
Thanks po, Doc.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Doc. I'm Jason Bihandok, and I'm going to present the topic about going online. So, let's start. So, magbibigay lang po ako ng kunting background. May background na po ako dito about e-commerce. So, e-commerce, electronic commerce is the trading or facilitation of trading in products or services using computer networks such as the internet. E-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services or the transmitting of funds or data over an electronic network. Business transactions occur either business to business, business to consumer, consumer to consumer, or consumer to business. So, ito is natakal na to last meeting. Being a consumer-driven economy, Philippine e-commerce remains one of the most promising markets globally. According to a recent eMarketer report, the Philippines is the fastest growing country in the terms of online retail sales growth. So, in the top 10 countries, Philippines is the number one online retail sales in e-commerce by January 2022. Okay. So now, why you must go online with your business? So, online marketing is a good opportunity for business promotion. Today, many entrepreneurs want to promote their goods online because everyone is increasingly digital and internet users are increasing day by day. So, by this era, laganap na talaga yung online businesses nila. Lalo na sa mga kahit walang company, kahit normal lang na mamamayan, nag-online business na. So, online marketing is one of the industries that is growing very rapidly in this era. For beginners, online marketing is a big opportunity because development in this field is faster than in other fields. So, next, domain name. So, what is domain name? So, domain name often referred as to web address. Yan yung ginagamit natin para makapunta tayo dun sa mga website na kailangan. Okay? Like google.com. Yan, example yan. So, a registered domain name is unique to you and can't be used by anyone else, as it functions on the internet in a similar way like a street address in the physical world. So, para siyang address niyo sa bahay niyo. So, may pagkakakilanlan siya. So, sa organization, dapat unique yung web address mo na kapag sinerch nila to, yung website mo talaga yung lalabas. Hindi kung kanino. Okay? So, we have used subdomain. Yan yung blog. Yung example ng subdomain. Yung domain name naman is combination ng root name plus yung top level domain. Yung root name is nakadepende sa organization yun, nakadepende sa iyo yan kung ano yung kailangan mo kung ano yung pakilandan ng business mo. Okay? So, yung top level domain naman, depende rin yan. So, I explain it mamaya. Okay. Why do you need a domain name? So, any business organization or individual striving to establish online presence should own a domain name. A combination of a domain name, website, and email addresses forms your unique identity online. So, yan, ang karamihang gumagawa niyan is yung mga organization, yung mga businesses na mga mid-size businesses yan. Pero meron din yan yung mga small-size businesses. So, gumagawa sila para mas madali na makilala yung mga products na inaalok nila online. That, in turn, helps your business create a professional look, increase brand awareness, build credibility, and protect your trademarks and copyrights. What is the difference between a domain and a subdomain? So, domain, for example, overlo.com. Yung domain dyan is yung overlo.com. So, combination siya ng root name, which is overlo, and then yung top level domain, TLD, which is yung .com. So, is the web address you buy from a domain registry. So, subdomain naman, for example, blogoverlo.com. Okay, it's a subset of a domain that can be created by a domain owner. So, we have here the example, www or yung news. Ayun yung mga subdomain. Tapos yung domain naman, kung ano yung domain mo, ayun yung ilalagay mo dyan. So, yung example dito, your domain.co.uk. So, yung UK na yan, nakadepende pa rin yan sa country code yan. So, I explain it further naman. How many subdomains are there? Each domain name can have up to 500 subdomains. You can also add multiple levels of subdomains, such as info, blog, yoursites.com. A subdomain can be up to 255 characters long. But if you have a multiple levels in your subdomain, each level can only be 63 characters long. So, nakadepende talaga sa iyo yan kung paano mo gagawin yung website mo. Kung mahaba ba o maiksi lang para matandaan mismo ng mga madaling tandaan ng mga customers mo, ng mga client mo, yung mag-visit ng website mo. So, mas okay kung mas maikli kasi madali lang tandaan, diba? So, yung domain name types. Top level domain or yung tinatawag nilang TLD refers to the suffix or the last part of a domain name. There's a limited list of predefined suffixes which includes .com. Ginagamit siya sa mga commercial businesses. The most common top level domain, TLD. So, for example, yung google.com. Yan. Yung other example dyan is yung netflix.com. Diba? So, sobrang popular nung .com na yan sa atin yun. Ibig sabihin ng .com, commercial business siya. So, commercial business ka. So, next is yung .org. Ginagamit siya sa mga organization, typically non-profit organization. Okay? So, example, yung wikipedia.org. Ayan. The other one is the .gov, used in the government agencies. Here in the Philippines, we have DOST, .gov.ph. Okay. So next is yung .edu for educational institution. So we have the PGHOPD, .up.edu.ph from the University of the Philippines for the online consultation request and appointment system. So ginawa ng UP. Next is the .net for network organization and .mil for the military. So TLD are classified into two broad categories. We have here the generic top-level domains and the country code top-level domains. So generic top-level domains and yung mga .com, .org, .edu, and etc. So sila yung mga domain name that identifies the domain name class it's associated with. Next is yung country code top level domain. So is a two-letter domain extension such as UK, or FR, I.FR for France. Ay mga country code. Assigned to a country, geographic location or territory. Next is yung NTLDs, refer to a new top-level domain names that are geared towards brand organization and services, as they're more customized, flexible, and relevant. Example on NTLDs include Voyage, .voyage, .up, .ninja, .cool, or etc. So, yung mga yun, it usually indicates the type of business industry. Diba? Kung anong mga industry yan, depende sa industry ng business niyo. Okay? So, how to choose a domain name? So, paano ka ba gumawa ng web address? Paano ka ba mag-construct? O paano ka ba gumawa? Yan. Gumawa ng mga web address. So, first, choose a name that's easy to type and pronounce. Yan. Number one. Then, next is pick a domain name that can be turned into a brand. So, yung domain name mo dapat related siya dun sa business mo. Okay? Avoid names that can be confused with existing brands. So, huwag kang gagamit ng mga domain name na may kapangalan or parang kasing pag binanggit mo parang the same lang. So, gumawa ka ng unique. Okay. So, if you think you can piggyback on some other brand success, you're hugely mistaken. Brand confusion will be the least of your concern when you get sued. Keep it short and simple. So, diba, pwede kang gumawa ng mahabang subdomain. Pero, much better kung gagawa ka ng maikli lang and simple. Para, mas madaling tandaan. Use an appropriate extension. Choose a name that indicates what your business does. Okay. So next, we have here the web authoring programs. So what are web authoring programs? A website development system that allows web pages to be visually created like a desktop publishing program. A web authoring program generates the required HTML and JavaScript, and users can switch back and forth between the rendered pages and the code. At a high level, the software is judged by its design tools. So, in short, web authoring is the process of establishing a website. It includes the designing of file structures of the websites and the layout of the web pages. So, ano nga ba yung HTML and JavaScript? So, HTML is yung mga standard markup language na nagpo-provide ng mga primary structure of website. So, in short, siya yung nagpo-provide ng mga actual content. For example, content could be structured within a set of paragraphs. or a list of bulleted points, or using images or data tables. So yun yung mga HTML. While JavaScript simply adds dynamic content to websites to make them look good. Okay. HTML works on the look of the website without interactive effect and all. HTML page are static, which means the content cannot be changed. Okay. So next, how is web authoring tools used in e-commerce? Web authoring tools is a piece of software which allows you to design and create web pages. Web pages are coded using HTML, diba? As it is the primary language used for creating a web page. Java is also used to enhance the page's features and make it stand out, among other more simply approaches to a web page. Okay. So we have here the text editors. The most primitive tools which requires users to have a considerable knowledge of HTML code. So for example, yung Notepad, Windows, or yung simple text from Mac OS. Next is yung HTML editors, more more sophisticated text editor which provide additional support for HTML tags such as tag checking. So example yan is yung mga Notepad++, um, VS Code or yung mga Sublime Text. Yung Notepad++ is siya yung free text editor for Microsoft Windows that provide additional features not found in the standard Windows text editor. Tapos yung VS Code, features na include support for debugging, syntax highlighting, intelligent code completion, snippets, code refactoring, and then embedded Git. Okay. So, yung example dito is yung Hotdog Professional. Yung Hotdog Professional is a development environment for web pages in HTML format. It is the high-end version that includes nifty features such as unlimited file size, multiple levels of undo, or a spelling checker. Yan. Also, we have here the Macromedia home site and the BBEdit and Mac OS. So, yung style niya is primitive to advanced. So, from basic to advanced. The other sample is the web-based authoring tools. They are usually provided by a large web hosting companies or portals. Usually, installation of special software is not needed. For example, in Yahoo, Geocities. Yeah. Integrated and authoring tools. They are WSIWYG HTML editing tools. So, ang meaning niyan is what you see is what you get, HTML, which provide comprehensive web authoring function, such as website management and dynamic web page editing. So, example niya is yung mga Macromedia, Dreamweaver, Microsoft Frontpage, Microsoft Word. Okay. Next. So, what are the benefits of the web authoring? The advantage of using web authoring tools. So, we have here the web authoring tools are time and cost effective. Siyempre. Web authoring tools are always up to date. Easy to publish, update, and translate. Create anywhere, anytime. And get started right away. Web authoring tools keep your work safe. So, for example, dyan is yung sa Google. Meron tayong Google Docs, Google Drive yun. Diba? Sa Google Drive, pag naglalagay tayo ng mga docs, ng mga inputs natin doon, na-edit agad natin siya. Diba? So, na-update agad natin siya. Diba? Anywhere, anytime. So, yun. So, yung other advantage na pa is yung instant revision. So, ability to include multimedia elements. Also, we have the ability to archive documents without stack of paper. Okay. So also we have the ability to link students to huge amounts of information. Okay. So next, the advantage and the disadvantages of using web authoring software to create pages. So the advantage, we have here the what you see is what you get interface. So ano nga ba yung what you see, what you get interface nun? So meaning it allows a developer to see what the end result will look like while the interface or document is being created. So for example, in what you see is what you get editors, the edited content, whether text or graphics man yan, it appears in a form close to a final product. So instead of manually writing source code, you delete a convenient rich text editor in which you manipulate design elements. Okay. So next, can set up and use templates to ensure consistency between web pages. Yan. Can set up hyperlinks and hotspot. So the software also make it possible to set up hyperlinks and hotspot, which when clicked will take the user to other pages, other website, or a place within the same page. Um, if a web page is moved to another place in the website by using the web authoring application, then any links that page will automatically updated. Yan. Next is yung can insert multimedia into web pages. So, ang mga web pages can contain text, images, animation, mga videos, or sound files. And last is yung the site manager facility can be used to update links within the website. So, yung mga disadvantage niya is not intuitive to just pick up and use. Normally needs some training and or technical knowledge. So, dapat may technical knowledge ka sa paggawa ng page. Need a basic understanding of HTML to overcome any formatting problems. Doesn't normally come as part of general office suite and can be quite expensive to purchase. Yan. Um, Essential of a website. So, syempre, ano mga ba yung mga essential ng website? So, mind the header. Keep it above the fold, feature testimonials, highlight contact details, simplify navigation, captivate with content. So, number one, yung mind the header. Within your header, you should have your logo and tagline. So, dapat yung sa website, sa paggawa mo ng website, nandun na agad yung tagline mo, yung pagkakalangan mo, di ba? The tagline should briefly summarize what your business does. And your domain name should be easy to remember so people can effortlessly find your company for future uses. Important yan. Na dapat recognizable yung website na ipoprovide mo. Okay? Yung tatatak talaga sa mga tao. Alam niya kung ano yung paano tumatak. Number two, keep it above the fold. So, what's making your visitors leave? So, sabi dito, research shows that most website visitors will leave a website after less than 20 seconds. Therefore, you need to ensure you make the most out of those 20 seconds. So, dapat magbigay ka ng mga important details nandun pa lang sa pagpapasok pa lang dun sa website mo. May interest, may bibigyan agad ng interest dun sa mga magbibisit ng website mo. So, what people can see in those first few moments will determine whether we want to keep looking at your website's content. Position above the fold is the section of the website that will be displayed without scrolling down the page. Okay? Next, yung feature testimonials. When people are looking for a product or service, they want to know what other people think about the product or service before they pay for it. Tama naman. So reviews and testimonials are a great way to of encouraging visitors to trust your service. Take a look at Shopee and Lazada, an e-commerce stores that show their products reviews and testimonials in the review section. This design is able to increase the confidence of their customers when purchasing their products. So, totoo naman talaga na um, pag bibili tayo ng mga product o mga services, di ba? So, lalo na ngayon online tayo, kailangan natin i-check muna, i-verify kung legit ba yan or may quality ba yung product na bibilin mo. So, paano natin malalaman yan? Through reviews. So, dapat dun sa website mo, makikita ng mga bumibisita dun yung mga reviews ng mga previous customers mo, diba? Kung makikita nila dun yung honest, fair review na about dun sa mga product na binibenta mo. Okay. So, next, yung highlight contact details. So, having a great looking website is fantastic. But if the website visitor can find your contact details quickly, they'll most likely go elsewhere. Diba? Nobody wants to scroll through pages to find contact information, so make it simple for them to find the information from your landing page. The header and the footer are often excellent places for this information. So, importante talaga dun sa gagawin ng website is naka-highlight or makikita agad ng mga visitors mo, mga customers mo, yung contact details mo para in case, diba? Next is simplify navigation. Again, if a visitor is struggling to navigate your website, then they will become frustrated and leave. Make sure you have an easy navigation system to great user experience. And the last one is the captivate with content. So, don't underestimate the power of producing great content. So, ano nga ba yung great content? The goal is to create a content that audiences will bookmark or hang on their wall. So it says that differentiating content from what is published by other brands today is so crucial. Okay. So spending time creating great copy, interesting visuals, and engaging videos will produce better results and customers engagement. So customized to specific accounts or individuals. Yun, important yun. It says that the most successful content out there was developed with a specific audience in mind. So, for instance, business-to-business marketing teams na nag-work closely with their sales team can plan their content around prospect and clients. Okay, so your content should always have your target audience in mind, and you should ask questions such as what information is needed, and if there a problem, you can provide a solution too. Your content is going to define the quality of your website. Therefore, ensure you spend time and money on it. Okay? So it takes a sector insider to create a great content. Now, getting insiders to create content is more than speaking to the target audience in their language. So it says that it's about having specialists who understand the problem, trends, and innovation in the sector to address yung mga specific topic. So next, what is integration in e-commerce? So having a mature e-commerce store, you may end up running numerous software solutions to manage your business in several channels itself. But the more data sources and data management system you have, the more complicated it becomes to bring all the data under control and gain valuable insights from it. To avoid such risk, you need to unify cohesively functioning e-commerce ecosystem for automating data flows across systems and creating consistent customers experience in an omni-channel environment. So technically, this is achieved via e-commerce integration. So e-commerce integration is the coordination between a business e-commerce website and their back-end systems such as an ERP or CRM system. So I will explain it later in ERP and CRM. So what problems can e-commerce stores integration solve? The root of all problems inherent to disconnected business system is the lack of multi-directional data flow. This entails yung mga rational use of time, yung sa personnel and financial resources, lower order fulfillment rates, inability to cope with high sales loads during mga peak periods, slow customer support with no visibility into comprehensive customers information, ineffective interdepartmental collaboration, human errors in customers data processing that ruin the whole experience, um, delays in data updates like yung sa inventory level, product information, mga pricing, etc. Missed opportunities to draw strategic insights from accumulated data. Mga delayed decision making amidst the need for prompt strategy shifts. And in the worst case scenario, business stagnancy due to the lack of data-powered strategic planning. So, integration may solve these problems by enabling real-time or near real-time data exchange between your e-commerce, website, and other systems involved. So next, we have here the how does e-commerce integration bring business value? E-commerce website integration enables you to make data-driven decisions on customers' experience and marketing. You get the opportunity to accumulate information about customers, their shopping preferences, the popularity of your products, and other important metrics in one place. So with this knowledge, you can adapt to the patterns in customers' behavior and guide their buying journeys accordingly. For example, a marketing automation system integrated into your e-commerce business allows you to segment customers according to chosen criteria for better targeting. Set up automated campaigns that start and unfold with no manual involvement. Analyze the results and get to know your customers' needs better with each iteration. So, in this way, you will only need to set rules or algorithms for marketing activities, and the system will connect to your e-commerce backend and CRM for customers and product data. So, ano nga bang pinagkaiba ng CRM and ERP? So, CRM or Customers Relations Management, a tool used to prospects and customers. So, yung goal is to increase sales. And yung mga users is yung mga sales and marketing. So, CRM is the software that automates the customer's communication with the organization. So, like for example, si McDonald's, gumagamit siya ng CRM o tinatawag na Power Center which is powered by the Astute Solutions. So, McDonald's CRM offers the mga effective data collection, immediate response, and resolving quick challenges to ensure yung consistent relationship with the customers in all branch of the worldwide. Okay. Si Coca-Cola, they provide the customer service not only through feedback, email, and telephone, but also through monitoring and many types of analysis. And then si ERP naman, or yung Enterprise Resource Planning, a complete management system for a company's human and material resources. So, kung ang goal ni CRM is to increase sales, ang goal naman ni ERP is to increase company productivity. So, yung mga users nito is mga management and mga employees. So, ERP are the software solution that helps organization to manage their business processes. So, currently, yung pinaka-best na ERP system that Philippines provides, like SAP, Sage, and NetSuite. Okay. So, both are locally available in the Philippines and can cater to local requirements. So, for example, si Jollibee, gumagamit siya ng NetSuite. Yung NetSuite, one word, give us a way to deliver standard platform across the organization para mag-support on continued growth and development. Okay. Another example is si Toyota. Gumagamit din siya ng ERP to improve management and to allow make decision through universal access to a management database. Yeah. So the fundamental difference between ERP and CRM is that ERP is primarily for financial data and the finance department, while si customer relationship management naman is used by the sales and customer service department. Okay? So nearly all growing companies, from small to mid-sized businesses to enterprises, will eventually need both an ERP and a CRM system or a single platform for both. So, important siya. Okay. So, benefits of e-commerce integration. E-commerce integration gives business the edge they need in order to stay relevant and ahead of the curve. The more pronounced benefits of e-commerce integration includes: number 1, removal of manual and replicated data. So, the integration allows for storing data in one centralized system instead dun sa passing through other independent system or yung mga interfacing mo. So, number 2, optimization of time spending. So, integration saves time by speeding up the exchange of data between the related systems. It also facilitates yung mga occasional lag-free updates to overall system and constant updates to the business inventory. Okay. Number 3, yung customer's experience enhancement. So, it keeps the business processes transparent, and by doing so, it eliminates excess that would have otherwise discouraged a client from taking advantage of the convenience they offer. And number 4, assurance of data integrity and accuracy. Accurate data. Ayun yung mga accurate data on pricing and inventory. So, yung availability and quantity of products and services encourages customers to remain loyal to your business. So, as a result, happy and satisfied customers is less likely to look for other products and service providers. And then number 5, growth promotion. So, by keeping your current customers happy and satisfied, it increases the likelihood that they will refer your business to other potential customers who may exist within their circle. So, yun, mga friends of friends. So, we should not overlook the importance of word of mouth and even in this digital age. So, we have here, sabi ni Jeff Bezos, if you do build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. So, word of mouth is very powerful. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so it is important for us to understand actually the entire internet, no? Especially a while ago our presenter mentioned related to the World Wide Web, no? Even the .com, .org, .ph, because if you want to have your own URL address, no, it is important for you also to consider that, let's say for .edu.ph, it is costly rather than .com. Same with .org and so on and so forth. We need to pay actually our URL address either for the first, I think first is 2 years, then yearly. Then for your web hosting, of course, that is also another web hosting that is also, I think there's certain 2 years or 3 years, then right after yearly. So we have a lot of things to consider. But let's say, for example, if you were started for the online, you may use actually the available social media. Medyo matipid yun, kasi you just only paying minimal amount, okay?